have been dying to ask you this question. One of the most prominent young progressives, Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, is supporting your rival, Bernie Sanders. She says that there is such a thing as too big of a tent, and that it is ridiculous that she is even in the same party as moderates like Joe Biden. It's ridiculous. Half of Democrats identify as moderate or conservative. Just 11% of Democrats identify as socialists. So can you be progressive, have a big tent, or do you agree with AOC that it's bad for your party to have too big of a tent?
So I think Alexandra was talking about other political systems. There are a lot of political systems where it's multiple parties, but we are in a two-party system. And in a two-party system, you better believe, Democrats need a really big tent. We need to win. And it's one of the things I've loved about doing so many town halls. You know, because I don't do the big dollar fundraisers, I don't sell access.
No wine cellars for you?
No. Nope. It means, though, I've had a lot more time because I haven't been off hanging out with the corporate executives and the millionaires and the billionaires. And so I'm approaching 200 town halls. I've been to 29 states and Puerto Rico. I've had town halls in blue states and red parts of blue states. I have people come to my town halls who say they're folks who voted for Trump. They are registered Republicans, but they're open-minded and they want to think about change. I have independents who come to it, who are looking, because that was the point I was making earlier about my brothers. There are a whole set of issues in which it's not just the same old, same old. You say the Republican Party and you say the Democratic Party. This is about who government works for. We have a government that works great for those at the top, works great for giant drug companies, just not for somebody trying to get a prescription filled. Works great for giant oil companies that want to drill everywhere, just not for the rest of us who see climate change bearing down.
I'm curious, has AOC asked for your advice? As the new person coming in, she sat you down and said, what can I learn from you about how the process works?
So we have talked, yes, and we've actually sponsored some legislation together. We have some great stuff that we've worked on together, particularly about private equity that comes in and sucks up value out of companies. Some of you may remember Toys R Us,
and I think that's
Sears.
And that's one of the raps I think that she gets, that she doesn't work with a lot of people, but she works with a lot of people. I really want to get this in because we don't have much time.
Sure.
You know, the Democratic Party is supposed to be a very diverse party, but we've seen Cory Booker not make the debate stage. We've seen Kamala Harris withdraw. We've seen Julian Castro now withdrawing from the race, but endorsing you.
Yes.
And what does that say about the Democratic Party that now the front runners are really a non-diverse group?
Right. I think this is a real problem. And I want to underline in particular the influence of money in this whole process. You know,
because you need the black female vote.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, she's half there.
And this is why, for example, groups like Black Women For, who've endorsed me, who are out building a coalition all across the country, is just terrific. But you know, think about it this way: Kamala Harris brought a really terrific voice to this debate, and the very day that Kamala said, I have to get out of this race because of money, is the same day a billionaire bought his way onto the debate stage. We cannot be a party, we cannot be a democracy in which the only way you get to be president of the United States is you either are a billionaire or you suck up to a billionaire.
Take money out of it.
That's right.
You know what?
$5
We will have more.